Hello, I'm Citriona Perry, and you are very welcome to this special BBC News coverage of the Republican National Convention here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where all eyes are on the vice presidential nominee, J.D. Vance, and his highly anticipated speech that he will give here tonight within the next hour. On the other side of the aisle, President Joe Biden cancelled an appearance on the campaign trail after testing positive for COVID-19. Joe Biden tested positive after an event in Las Vegas where he has resumed campaigning. He then cancelled a speech to a Latino civil rights and advocacy group. The president's doctor says he is experiencing mild symptoms, including a cough and runny nose. Joe Biden is vaccinated, said the White House, and tonight received a dose of the antiviral medication Paxlovid. In a statement, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said Joe Biden will be returning to Delaware, where he will self-isolate and will continue to carry out all of his duties fully during that time. The White House will provide regular updates on the president's status as he continues to carry out the full duties of the office while in isolation. In the hours before testing positive, Joe Biden had been on the campaign trail in Las Vegas. He was inside a restaurant, shaking hands and greeting voters there. Following his diagnosis and that decision to return back to Delaware and cancel events, the president was seen without a mask as he exited his motorcade and climbed the steps of Air Force One to return to his home in Delaware. This all comes, of course, at a perilous time for the president, with his re-election bid continuing to lose support from close allies within his own party. On Wednesday, one of the most influential Democrats in Congress, Adam Schiff, called on Joe Biden to end his re-election bid. Congressman Schiff said that while he believes President Biden has been one of the most consequential presidents in U.S. history, he said it was time for the president to pass the torch. Mr. Schiff joins 17 other House Democrats who have directly called on President Biden to exit the race. Just one Senate Democrat, Peter Welch, has publicly asked the president to exit so far, and that's an updated tally that comes to us from our partners here in the US, our partners at CBS News. Now, polls also show a marked decline in support from Democratic voters for the president. It all started with Joe Biden's debate performance, which sent congressional Democrats into something of a panic over whether Joe Biden could in fact defeat Donald Trump a second time, as he says he can. The White House has sought to deflect concerns about Joe Biden's age, but further gaffes, including several at last week's NATO conference, have seen support for the president erode. Meanwhile, we're learning more about the individual who was identified as the attacker at former President Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania on Saturday. According to FBI officials, the 20-year-old used his mobile phone to search for images of Donald Trump and President Joe Biden. He also searched for the dates of Donald Trump's public appearances, as well as the date of the Democratic National Convention. However, the FBI has not found any indication, it says, that he held strong partisan political views, something that officials describe as notable, since most politically motivated gunmen leave a discernible trail of views. The FBI says the investigation is still ongoing. The Secret Service Director, Kimberly Cheetle, will appear before the U.S. House Congressional Oversight Committee on Monday in compliance with a subpoena from Committee Chairman James Comer. Now back here tonight, Donald Trump's newly announced running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, will address the convention. J.D. Vance spoke at a